When you live in a small town, entertainment isn't necessarily provided. No skating rinks, bowling alleys, or movie theaters. It is up to the people to create their own amusement, and that is exactly what 15-year-old Jack Leake did.
I was a sophomore in high school when I created SmallTown flag football, and I remember texting a couple of my buddies. These two guys would always come over after school, and we would play catch in the yard and run routes on each other. And I remember texting them and asking, would you guys be interested if we started a flag football league? Not thinking at all in the moment that it would turn into what it did.
Jack was fortunate enough to have the perfect yard to play in.
I have a huge side yard. It's fairly level and just about the perfect size for a flag football game. And it worked out perfect because my dad works at the high school there in town. So the Friday before our games, we played on Saturdays, I would go down to the high school with his key that he willingly gave me. I didn't steal it or anything. And use their spray paint and their push cart to paint the lines on the field. But after a while, we didn't want to stop wasting the school's paint. So we just sprayed the lines, this was my dad's idea, with weed killer. And it just killed the grass in the form of a football field, with the end zone and our first down line and the sidelines. And it worked perfectly, actually.
For the first game, 15 people showed up to play.
I remember thinking, man, I cannot believe how many of my friends showed up for this.
But none of them realized what the future would hold.
I think our biggest game to date is 33 people. We had to split into 3 different teams, maybe 4, I don't actually remember, but there were a ton of people. And I remember that day we played the national anthem before we started playing and lined up along the sideline of the field. And we took it seriously. We weren't making fun or anything, but we were just so proud of the turnout we had. So we tried to really exaggerate the importance of this game. But yeah, we average probably 20 people each time we play.
But small-town football went beyond just the games.
We have our own t-shirts that my mom designed, actually. She revealed it to me for my birthday, I believe it was, yeah. And they actually look really cool. We have our own Instagram page, SmallTown Flag Football. Just SmallTown Football, with highlights from games and information for upcoming games. I like to make hype videos as well and throw those on there. And we also had a Saturday a few days before Christmas where after we played, we had a gift exchange. And there were some Saturdays where we would go inside my house. We have a lot of TVs, and my friends would bring over their gaming consoles, and we'd hook them all up, and we'd have a big Madden tournament and play for a iTunes gift card or something. So that was a lot of fun too. Just different things like that to keep it interesting.
Making games unique is something Jack liked to do as well.
Yeah, we had days like a pink out game and favorite team game, kind of like Spirit Week at school, we had those for game days. And most Saturdays after or in between games, my dad would grill out hot dogs and stuff, and we would chill out for a while and watch college football on my back porch and just hang out.
Small-town flag football played a bigger role in people's lives aside from football.
I feel like small-town flag football has also acted as sort of an escape for some of them, because some of them will approach me if I had it scheduled, and they'll be like, dude, I'm so excited for flag football 2 weeks in advance. And that just feels good to have that for them.
Member of Small-Town, Nathaniel Parrish, describes his experience.
Even the times that I was there, flag football often turned into just a hangout time where we all just afterwards sat down and talked about life or talked about other sports or played video games afterwards. So it was a lot more than just flag football, even though that's usually how it started. But there was definitely bonds that were built during flag football, and just relationships formed out of that where people could just escape what they were feeling or even deal with those things at flag football and with the people that they grew to trust out of that relationships that were built there.
Eric Thomas, another loyal participant in the league, described how small-town football had impacted his life.
Bringing in and coming up with these ideas of Gray Wolf, flag football, just coming over on Sunday nights and watching the games, really got us excited because, we go through our week and we have school. We go through our week and we have church. And both of those are great things, but you're doing stuff that you like to do, going to your house or whatever. So it just kind of brought excitement for our week. and got us to spend a lot more time with our friends, which I thought was really fun.
These and other stories were things that really touched Jack as the founder.
To hear that it truly means something to people and plays a role in their life means the world to me. And that's not credit to me and what I created, it's credit to them, the friends that I have, and the type of people that they are. I mean, we love each other. Most of us have known each other nearly our whole lives and have gone to school together forever, so we really have a special bond. There was one Saturday, it was actually the Saturday of our gift exchange, where we invited and had a foreign exchange student from our high school who was going there at the time join us to play. And he didn't really know how to play football, and we showed him how. It was a really neat experience. He even scored a touchdown, and we were all jumping around him and just jubilating and cheered for him. And, I mean, that's what it's all about right there.
However, it wasn't always sunshine and rainbows for the boys.
Oh, sure, yeah, we've had a couple fights, tons of controversial plays and arguments. I mean, the injuries have slowly piled up too, most of them minor, but we have had a dislocated kneecap that was actually me. We have had a broken thumb, and one kid took a pretty bad punch to the eye that resulted in some blood, but that was on accident.
As the guys have gotten older, it has gotten harder to play.
Yeah, most of us went off to work or college, have jobs, and are just really busy, including myself. So we try to play over breaks or rare weekends when some of us are back home. But at some point, I'm going to have to hand this thing off to a younger generation there in the town, but hopefully not for a while.
Small town flag football has been anything but a regret for Jack and will always have a place in his heart and hometown.
It sounds silly to talk about all this because it makes it seem like this official organization or league, but it really is the polar opposite. It's just my buddies and I playing flag football in my yard. That's all this is. It just grew a name and a few other branches along the way that make it more fun. I wouldn't trade the town we play in, the homemade field we play on, or the people that I play with for anything.
And so even though it might have seemed like a couple of boys playing catch in a side yard, the impact went a lot deeper than that, and it showed that living in a small town can be a lot more special than what meets the eye.
Second down! Ready, go!